day 30, or something, in isolation. COVID-19 still has some vigor in it yet. I laughed violently at the body art of Ed Sheeran. Sunk time vetting each piece. Became obsessed by it. Possessed by it. Drank coffee. Incalculable vessels filled with his stuff. Making me sick and frenetic and dizzy until my skin twitched. Hyperdilation of psychological blood flowing. I don't know, I'm no doctor, you tell me. Unlike the princely gaudiness of Sheeran and his travel bag of tattoos, I wished so desperately to be Edward Scissorhands. Locked up in the back end of an attic someplace, strewn with spider shit and cloaked in the blackest dye of shadow and musty entropy. But the idea was out of reach. I didn't have any hedge trimmers to spare. And what garden was I tending to? House down, the ground was stiff and barren. I opted instead to become Edward Bottle Thumb. Of no use to anyone. An encumbrance to myself even. I couldn't even manage a drink to take the edge off. The opening filled with my corpulent sausage of a thumb. A weighty, ungainly and silly mess of dress up and make-believe. I put the method to rest. I am in cahoots with the parlance of these walls that bind me. I sometimes hear a suffocated television set bearing its static chompers at me. The strident calling of lovers. The breathy bedlam sighs and cries of torment and obtrusive, forced solitude. Mutiny and chaos and delicately caressing a vestibular system I barely possess nor occupy. This earthen vehicle harboring my spirit incarnate. Quickened kisses of madness. Like an apparition speaking in tongues of silence. The arcane lilt of Nekia. Speaking with dead spirits, not knowing the source of these voices. Their physics not limited nor trained nor constrained by our own. Not outward nor inward nor in between. Leaving me vexed in my shingle-roofed purgatory. Sitting and speaking with myself. Myself. You understand? I felt cold this morning. I put on a t-shirt. And then another. And then something warmer. Volcanic. I removed the aforesaid hastily. There was no middle ground. The choice was there, frozen nickel ends or the fiery pits of despair. Sold on the cold. I shouted more times than I could count. What is one to do with all this time? How not to be overwhelmed by all this time? Time. A construct? No. You high-chair self-defecating clever knower. That is the tautological reductionism of the Beelzebub himself. Sure, trouble yourself with the folly of a Julian calendar. But time is one of the few constants of our space-time universe. Non-linear a possibility but explains succession and animation of it doesn't exist. You inexorably foolish adult-paid adult needlessly repeating to yourself the idea like a prayer, proselytizing only yourself as your neurons concrete the path, a dogmatic conclusion in itself like you've been there before dipping your toes in the wet shallows of uncertain certainty. Folly. A fable. Fictitious and dumb. An appalling and apocryphal utterance. Our entire worlds are defined by concepts and the words we assign to them. It is something dark and mysterious and beyond sane, yet, like love or greed or dissolution, we earmark these things that bother and confine us and define us, and that's that. Everything is a construct if you want to follow that string the whole way through. Everything has a source. That is the nature of causality. Ideological tension putting stress on our pneumatic wingspan. A cause to every effect. Or betide those with pathetic theorems of coincidence and relativity. How about just be content in unknowing? An epistemological dilemma always, but you'll get there in the end. Or maybe not. Maybe you'll permanently descend into a mediocre hell as I descend into bottomless neuroticism. I'll journal it. Maybe it'll be appeasing to you. At the very least, some cheap entertainment as we all starve, physically and spiritually, hand in hand, hurtling the human race, together, into an accelerated and sure extinction. Does any of this make sense? Is any of this of any significance at all? No matter. Because the only ones to hear it are these walls. I continue to tally and ponder away at my ambitions and systems of grievance and sorrow. I think we were already insane, and, now, we are in the analysis. Coming into soundness of mind. Ascendancy. Damn it all. I'll make my own paradise here. With imagined palm trees, and oasis I'll cup at readily for subsistence, to slake my thirst for greater gnosis. I don't know. Maybe I'll find peace here. Maybe I'll make my own mental map of my own world here. I guess we'll find out. Or maybe we'll all perish here, together. How does that sound? You, the unseen and unsung throng of peeping toms and tomahawks and toilet brushes and tricksters ad infinitum. How does that sound?